My name is TJ Gamble, and this is Brewzle. But what does it actually take to get one of these in the state of Alabama?
So all told, we spent about $400, but this is what we got.
That's a good whiskey. There's a lot going on there. And hopefully y'all were not taking bets on whether or not that intro was going to roll, because it rolled just fine. I did have to do some extra work just to make sure it was going to actually happen, but I think I got it figured out. Got a bunch of folks lining up in the chat already. Mark with, did you get picked for the June quarterly? I didn't enter, Mark. I'm going to be out of town. We got something really cool going on that week. We'll talk about here just a little bit. I don't have details yet. I'll have details next Monday. Volume is super low. Is that for everybody? Volume low for everybody, or is it just Irish A's? Because it looks like my levels are fine over there. I don't know if volume is super low. Great. Wonderful. Let me try this first. Let me try a software bump. Make sure, no, we're all good there. Weird. I did put on this little fuzzy thing here, but I mean, we can always bump it up a little bit right here. The problem is the louder I bump it, the more like weird noise we get, the more background noise and stuff. I put this little guy on here. Let's just take him off. Maybe he's keeping it low. How's that? Is that better? All right. Sounding good? Awesome. All right. Cool. What was that bourbon aged rum you liked one of the last streams? It was the, sitting right over here. I just took it off the countertop. It is this guy right here, this Vida Cana. It's really good. Also, I think that was the one you're talking about from the stream. The Hemingway stuff, the Papa's Pilar, also barrel aged really good. Weird is always better. Awesome. When's the Green River pick dropping? No clue. Like, we don't know. It takes a while sometimes to get those barrels once we pick them, so you don't really know when you're going to get them. We are preparing our next release right now. Should have some announcements pending soon as to what's going to be in that release. Rocco's in Sacramento, and he legit treats everyone like they're Brewzle. Did he just treated me like he treats everyone? So that's awesome. Prefer OWA or OWA store pick? Those store picks can be non-chill filtered, but it still just makes a little bit of a difference to me with OWA. So I'll take either. Not a real big preference on those for me. You hate it when you're not going to be drinking on the Brewzle stream? Grab a drink. Hang out with us. When's the Papa's Pilar pick coming out? That could be soon. That could be in this next drop. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think those are in. So we should have those available here pretty soon. We also got this little special guy here in the mail today. Don't know if y'all have seen one of these, but I'm going to pop this open. We're going to give it a try here. Harvester Series from Frey Ranch with this fancy, fancy bottle right here. At least a fancy packaging. Matt Carter with the cheers. Appreciate the monster super chat there, Matt. Thanks for the support. Best rye for your money, 12-year bullet rye for $50. But I heard they're discontinuing the 12. That's just rumors. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that, to put out more 10. Those are not in but near, Seth says. So they're not in yet, but they might be in time to choose and put into the release. Auburn Baseball hosted a super regional, Mark says. Awesome, War Eagle. Sipping the Brewzle Four Roses. Let me know what you think about that one, Randy. The video of us picking it will come out for supporters right around when the bottle comes out, right? We try to hold them until then. Maxwell Owens, the Peerless Rye pick tonight, tastes like a double oaked. It does taste like a double oaked. I will agree with you there. That's a really, really nice pick. We've had some banger ryes for, we're a little apprehensive when it comes to ryes, so we really only try to take those that are really interesting for various reasons. Yeah, Frey Ranch is so good, and this is a bottle, like their limited release. This is their 10-year anniversary bottle, so blended by Nancy Fraley. Got all the fancy stuff. We got a Blanton-style cork with a tractor on top of it. Overall, top-tier packaging from them. But it's the same bottle, just they put this tin together. I think it's super clever. We make fun of fancy packaging, But for a special release, like a 10-year anniversary or something, I get it. I also know the folks that made this, and I know they probably thought it was pretty funny too. So it just kind of worked out for everybody here. It's like an OFC style container here. Really, really cool. Alex, rare character, single barrel cask strength rye, my new favorite sipper. 7.5, 119 proof. Try it if you have it. I'll have to find one. I don't think I have one of those. Richard with the super chat and no message. Richard, if you just tag me over here at Brewzle, if you forgot to put your message in, I'll be happy to read it without you having a super chat again. See if I can get I don't think I have a close-up cam. I might have see if I can see this little stopper right here. Still Austin. Oh yeah, Caden, Still Austin's good stuff. That's a thumbs up for sure. See if we can get y'all a little closer to the stopper. And of course, you can see most of this. 170 years of farming, all sorts of stuff here on, I don't even know what all that says. I haven't read it yet. I think they're the mash bill and their fancy little tractor. Went to the wide view. We don't need the wide view. Only me here. Or that's not the wide view. I thought it was it? All right. Bottle is a weapon. Let's see. Try to catch up. Old Hostile. New to the bourbon scene, less than 1 year. I keep losing notes on the nose to the ethanol. Is there something I'm missing or just need more time? Make sure you've got a good glass. That helps for me as well. Try to move it around. Use both nostrils. You know, don't just get too close in there. You know, you'll get the hang of it. Actually, I'm gonna come to this one in just a minute. I wanted to start my evening with these Master Blender Old Dominicks right here. If y'all remember, last year we went to Old Dominick. We had some patrons come in and do some blending, and we had a contest. I threw up a couple of a blend as well of 5 barrels. I threw it together. I did not throw it up, but the results are in. And they've been in for a little while. I think we formally announced it, but I lost. So my blend came in second and Levi's came in first. So I wanted to go back to them, warm up the palate this evening with them. It's been a little while. I don't think I've tried them since the results came in. And so I just want to do that for a minute. Matthew Smith just picked up a Jack Daniel's 1412 10 for all 3 for $340. Lord have mercy, Matthew. You're better at this than I am, my friend, because that is a steal. Like, I'd pay that for the Jack 14. I really would. In a heartbeat. See, that's the finished one. Have you tried Smooth Ambler from West Virginia? I haven't been back in a while. They used to be MGP sourced. I think they may still be MGP sourced. But honestly, back in the day, 5, 6 years ago, they had some of the best MGP stuff out there. Like, it was really, really good. I haven't bought a lot from them lately. That's good. That's good. That's the winner. That's what y'all chose as the winner right there. I prefer that one. I prefer the non-finished one, just my palate. That's why I submitted it. But the finished one won. Bill Clinton in the house. Nixon sent me here. What we doing? First of all, I don't have a camera, but there's nothing underneath the desk. Okay, Bill? All right. No shenanigans here today. No cigars. None of that. Tell you what I do need to do, though, right here. A little ZBiotics before we get started. I got a lot to do tomorrow. And these streams by myself sometimes get a little out of hand, especially after we get into the supporter chat, because I'll jump over there. After this, we jump into Discord. For those that are supporters, you can link your Discord account to your membership here or to Patreon, and you can jump over there and we all talk. And I just end up standing over there another hour and a half. Most nights drinking more. So hit that ZBiotics to make sure I got some things to do tomorrow. Yeah, no Monicas. No Monicas, no harmonicas are here. The Zoned In Gamer just picked up a Penelope Architect and an Old Forester Statesman. Have you had these bottles? Heard good things, but need the expert opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the Architect. Penelope makes good stuff. That's just French oak finished. I'm not a huge French oak fan. And so I don't hate them. I just don't love them. The Old Forester Statesman, it has been a while since I've had one of those bottles. I think I bought one when they first came out. And then I don't think I have one open. I don't think I have one. I think that one got drank, and I don't think I bought another one. I remember enjoying it, though. I remember it being a good bottle. George W. Bush. We have all the presidents in here. Oh, man. Do those work? They work for me. Yeah, the ZBiotics do work. That's not a sponsor. They did not pay to be a part of this. They did send those to sponsor a video, but these actually do work for me. I wake up, so if I drink too much, I don't have a lot of ill effects, but if I go like way too far, I won't sleep real well. I wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning with a headache, and I just won't get a good night's sleep, right? Pop one of those things. I haven't been able to outdrink one of those yet. I mean, there might be an amount. They do say drink responsibly, but if you're drinking responsibly, you probably don't need those. But I haven't been able to outdrink one yet. I haven't not got a good night's sleep. Grabbed a Bardstown Wheated. Amazing. Those are really good. I like those. Brady, I got into bourbon last fall, but now that it's getting warmer, I only feel like drinking beer. Will I lose my palate by this fall? No, man, don't worry about it. Enjoy your beer. I've done that a whole lot. Most football seasons, that's all I drink's beer. You know, nowadays, that's not the case, but for a long time. Those two blenders are definitely in the top 3, but not my pick. They were definitely not your pick or your blend there, Major Zero. Going back to those master blenders right there. When you heading back to the Sacramento area? Not real sure. We're going to try a bunch of stuff for the first time tonight, and I'm a little nervous because going back to those, my palate's a little harsh this evening. I haven't really had any whiskey in several days, at least not much, and so I'm picking up more harsh notes than I normally do. Now, I'm sure that'll lighten up as we go through the evening, but that is a bit of a concern going in hot on bottles that I'll put those opinions out into the world, and my palate's not 100% dialed in. Jobin says his screen is black. Sorry about that. Everything seems to be going. Darn says, how's the distillery going? Brad Lincoln. How's the distillery going? So lots of updates and not a lot of updates. We should have a video coming out, probably not tomorrow's video. I think maybe the video after that, like next Tuesday, should be a distillery video going through the updates and where we stand as of, I mean, that was filmed a few weeks ago. They were supposed to start the roof last week and it rained, but then it didn't rain today and they didn't start. So I'm assuming someday this week they're going to start the roof. So at that point, we'll have the building with a roof. We've started trying to chemically strip the paint, doing a test. The test was successful. We're going to try to do a little pressure washing tomorrow or Wednesday. The problem is I'm pretty much gone most of the month. So there'll be progress, but it'll be super slow this month. I'm bringing in an electrician to try to get some quotes on electrical so we know what we're up against there. And we're trying to figure out how to make the windows and doors that we have to replace around front not cost an arm and a leg. Mr. Nice Guy, have you picked up a Penelope Estate 11 year? I have not. We did have 2 10 years on the last stream, though. They were good. JT, thanks for emailing me back. I was lucky enough to get a ticket to the event on Saturday in Canton. Nice. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. We're going to have a lot of fun there. Started building my selection about a year ago and have 78 bottles. Unicorns are hard to come by in Chicago without paying super high secondary prices. True. I've got to get. I haven't been hunting in Chicago yet, but I hear, unless you know somebody, right? We're going to try to get up there later this year and do some hunting. Getting a little chalky taste from the Weller 107. Is that the wheat? Am I crazy? I don't get chalkiness. If it's a pick, it could be extra oak. Could be a little, like, I don't typically think Weller has much of a funky wheat. Wheat can add that kind of chalky funkiness. But my palate doesn't pick it up, but everybody's palate's different. So it's not crazy. If that's what you get, that's what you get. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is a good one. Sipping on a Rip Van Winkle 10-year while enjoying the show. Mark is bringing out the class and sophistication. All right, so I'm just going to preface this with my palate's a little shot today, apparently. So we're going to go into these and take this. We're going to have a good time. That's what this is about. This is my opinion. My opinion does not matter. That's an important thing. I just want to say that. I am no better at this than any of y'all out there drinking. What you taste is what you do. You taste chalk on 107, you taste chalk on 107. Nobody can argue with you about that, right? So we are here to have a good time, enjoy ourselves, have a little camaraderie, talk a little bit. I'm going to do that while trying these. I'm just going to try to not judge too harshly but then also, on that note, if I love something, do we have to take that with a grain of salt too? If my palate is picking up a little harshness, I don't know. We're going to use the B for BS glass right here. This is a Woodinville rye whiskey, straight rye whiskey, 100 proof, aged 8 years. Showed up in the mail today, I believe it was today or yesterday. A lot of bottles coming in the last couple days. Oh yeah, little wet cork pop right there. Pouring a little short neck. Richard Nixon, I'm just here to corral these guys. Keep them under control. Oh my God, okay. I just said we can't take anything I say too seriously, but that smells amazing. Like amazing, amazing. Somebody Google what this costs. Because if that comes through on the palate, ooh, okay. Ooh, okay, that's strong, intense. My God, okay, my palate's picking up all sorts of harshness, but again, it's detecting harshness. That is like leather tobacco, way too much tobacco. That is the most, like right now to my palate, which is not super, it's super sensitive today. That is the most tobacco tasting thing I've ever had in my entire life. That tastes more like tobacco than just eating tobacco. Like if you like those kind of tobacco coffee notes on a Dettling, this has that in spades. Second sip, the harshness kind of lightens up. The harshness is probably my palate. I don't like it as much on the palate as I do the nose. I think they leaned in real hard into those kind of heavy, dark notes. Is this some sort of, I think I might have some paperwork on this. I'm just curious if this is like a high malt. Wonder if this is like a high malt. That's why they got that. Like it's a rye with a lot of malt in it. Or if they roasted those malts or did something. But that is intense. 10 out of 10 on the nose. Love the nose. You get the malt, you get the chocolate. Rye spice comes through. On the palate, I get a little drying effect, a little harshness. I think that's my palate, not this bottle. I was picking it up on everything I've tried so far. And then it just leaves you with all these deep, dark kind of tobacco chocolate notes, like dark chocolate notes. Really intense, really interesting. Probably a little too intense for me though. Like I didn't expect that level of flavor on that bottle. So kind of crazy. 10% malt. I wonder if it's roasted though. Like 10% is not enough malt to get those flavors, I wouldn't think, unless they did something to the malt and used it as a flavoring grain, right? $130 SRP. So if you like, matter of fact, let's pop that Dettling rye. I want to try this versus that Dettling rye. Now this was a super expensive $250 Dettling rye right here that everybody was clamoring about. And this is immediately what I thought about. I don't think they're exactly the same, but I immediately thought Dettling, not necessarily this rye, maybe some of the single barrels I've had, when it comes to like the chocolate coffee notes. Yeah, coffee grounds, like just black coffee grounds. And then it dissipates into like a bitter, like baking chocolate. And then that rye spice coming all the way through. Similar. It doesn't hit you as up front with the coffee grounds. They come a little later. The coffee grounds are a little softer. It's a little more like dark chocolate. And then it leaves me with like a tobacco mid-palate finish. Honestly, about as good to me. Like very, very evenly. Neither one of these are necessarily to my flavor profile of what I'm going into. That, you know, when I absolutely fall in love with something. I think both of them are really interesting whiskey a lot of people would like. But this one, if it is $130, is half the price of that one and maybe more available. So if you like these notes or you want to see kind of at least similar to what that expression is, that's what I'm getting right here on this Woodinville. And honestly, today, maybe a little bit more approachable than that one. Like that one hits you with the coffee up front. This one eases you in a little more. Now it is dry. It is dry tobacco all the way through that mid palate though. So it's gonna make you pucker a little bit that first sip. Really interesting though. Viscosity has to be different in those, probably a little bit. I mean, this one's 108 proof and that one's 100, but similar, you know, similar overall expressions. Let me catch up here. Damien says, picked up a whiskey row recently and noticed it's made where Jefferson's is. How does Kentucky Artisan differentiate between their brands? I mean, I don't really know a lot about Kentucky Artisan. Don't know a lot about them, unfortunately. I've got a whiskey row bottle. I don't remember much about it, which usually means I just wasn't blown away by it, but that could have just been the day or whatever, right? So I don't know. I couldn't name all of the Kentucky Artisan brands. I think that's a problem a lot of places have that have multiple brands is how do you differentiate between them? Jefferson's is owned by Pernod. So I don't know if technically Kentucky Artisans owns them. I don't know. Nate, wondering your thoughts on Buffalo Trace flood and its effects on if any of their supply to the market. Buffalo Trace has a ton of barrels. I'm sure they lost some barrels. I'm sure it's going to hurt, but I think they'll be fine. I mean, it might be a small little dent, but as big as they are, it's not going to be a huge impact. I don't think, just based on my limited knowledge. Biggs, Mike's, have you tried Leaper's Fork Bottle and Bond? Yes, I have some Leaper's Fork. I think I moved the bottle. They were over there. I think I moved them back here somewhere. I like the Bottle and Bond. I really like the cask strength. Another one, funny that you mentioned that, talking about these. This is roasted malt. So he roasts the malt, he uses it as a flavoring grain, which is how he gets all that chocolate and coffee notes on it. Leaper's Fork also toasts their malts. I mean, their words, not mine, toast versus roast. But they get more like raisins and dark fruit than they do coffee. I really like the Leaper's Fork cask strength single barrels. Have been a big fan of them. Clayton recently purchased Penelope Rio for $125. What are your thoughts on the bottle and what is your top price point on Rio? I'm not a huge fan of Rio. I have one. I'll never drink it all the way through. It's, honey amberana, so it's not really my thing. I think it's good. I just think anything amberana or anything maple syrup, like there's a lot of finishes, just muddy it up and it makes it just not as enjoyable as the underlying whiskey would have been for my palate. But that's just me, right? Flood barrels will be a collector's items. ASW Fiddler Toasted? You want to try an ASW Fiddler Toasted? This one? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you were asking about, Ken Dog? Thoughts on Peerless Small Batch? I like Peerless a lot. I think the pricing's a little crazy. I do. I think the price is just some of the most insane pricing for what you get. I also think their stuff is really, really good. So, just got an Early Times plastic cap in Nebraska. Nice. You've seen bars with smaller selections of whiskey than Brewzle? Dude, you don't even know. I don't know. 1,200 bottles? I don't think there's a bar in Alabama, in this state, with more whiskey than I've got. And I would be willing to bet you there's probably not more bourbon than I've got, or rye, but there's probably not a dozen bars in the U.S. with more whiskey than I've got at this bar right here. Probably not. That's probably. It could be wrong. Got an RB Roland Rye, MB Roland Rye, I assume. I have not tried the 132 proof. I do have some MB Roland. I don't know if I have a rye from them, though. All right, what are we trying now? We're going to try this one. My palate started to acclimate. That Woodinville got better, less harsh as I went through, which is probably a sign that my palate is starting to acclimate. Let me go back to this here and see. Yeah, see, getting less harsh. You think Uncle Nate has me beat? Somebody summon Uncle Nate. How many bottles Uncle Nate have? I mean, I'm not trying to have that many bottles. It's not I have no aspiration to have this many bottles of whiskey. I just like to keep them in case somebody asks about them and I can go back to them. That's all. Like, we run in stuff all the time where somebody's like, oh, I made this bottle for this brand. And I was like, oh, well, I haven't had your stuff. And I'll go find it and I'll get it and we can try it and we can talk about it. So that happens a lot, or somebody brings it up on a stream. I would love to have half this many bottles, honestly. All right, me and toasted barrels are kind of iffy. All right, I found some I like. But it's gotta be top tier. Really in, what do you think? A short barrel just got their toasted and Old Fourth Distillery bottle in bond. It's been a while since I've had the Old Fourth bottle in bond. I do have some of those. They have been really good, but honestly, I think the ones I have are from before Short Barrel owned them. Their toasted is one of my favorites. We're talking about toasted barrels here. I like theirs tends to go more apricot than like oak with their toasted, at least the ones I've had, and I really like it. Oh, okay, that smells good. OB, go ahead and pour one out for me right now, Bubba, since I'm at work and I can't have a cold one just yet. All right, a little bit for OB right here. For my homie that couldn't make it. That smells really nice. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's better than I expected it to be. It is, the toast does lean a little more extra oak, adds a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's subtle. Like, they didn't go way, way over the top with it, which is what a lot of these toasted barrels do. It's good flavor, but it's just way too much of it. It just kind of kills the complexity. That one's actually pretty nice. I'm probably not going to go back to it a whole lot. It's not one of those toasted barrels for me, but also I think it's pretty well done. If I ever need a place to get rid of, we're looking at some options to get rid of them. Just have people come drink them or something. We need to do that out of my house, though. Clayton says, recently got Frey Ranch single barrel 139 proof that has 0 alcohol burn, dark sugars, and molasses. Friends, Good Palate says just below BTAC level. Dude, I tell you, the first Frey Ranch single barrel pick we ever had, we bought it out of Liquor Line up in Vegas. One of the best bottles I had that year, and I'd had BTACs. Like, it was fantastic. I found some really good ones. I haven't found one to that level, but just every once in a while, it's kind of like the funfetti frosting wheats they have. Every once in a while, some magic happens to a Frey Ranch, and it's just out of this world good. I don't know. Like, it just takes another level. I need to give this to a few more people to try. I like it. I'm going to come back to it when my palate is probably a little more in its groove, but I really enjoyed it. All right, what are we dealing with here? I don't know where I put my glasses. That's them right there. Get my peepers, my spectacles out. Can't find Bullet 12 around you. Like I said, somebody told me they're slowing down on putting it out. This is refinished with hand-harvested charred oak barrels. This is their 45% wheat mash bill. This is the Big Green Egg barrel, number 3. 120.4 proof double oaked with a Big Green Egg sticker on it. All right. Hopefully it's not smoked or something. I do like my Big Green Egg. Are we going to get infinity barrel bottles? We did all of those, all the ones I had out on the supporter stream. I will let y'all know we can reach now. We can reach. We can get just a little bit of whiskey out now. We did hit that on the supporter stream, but I don't think I have anything to blind tonight to put in there. I don't think. We'll look. We'll see. We'll see if I can find something. Do I ever drink any Nashville Barrel Company? I do have a bottle of Nashville Barrel Company. It's good stuff. $100 on toasted Elijah Craig seems high to me. Is it a barrel-proof toasted Elijah Craig whiskey music? Because those are fantastic. I don't know what they go for. I forget. I bought one, but I don't exactly remember off the top of my head what it was. I think it was less than that, but not a whole lot. The toasted Elijah Craig is actually a toasted rye, wasn't it? I think it's the barrel-proof toasted single barrel. It wasn't a rye. It was a bourbon. I'm losing my mind. Ooh, okay, that does smell kind of smoked. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. Barrel House from Lexington, Kentucky. I think I have one of their things back here. That's some sort of smoked, toasted, something or another, charred, something like, it's very strongly flavored. I think I have a Barrel House. I don't know where it's at though, but I'm pretty sure there's a bottle of theirs back here somewhere, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Stuff's kind of a mess. I know where like my mainstream stuff I've had for a while is, but a lot of the stuff that's come in recently has just kind of gotten buried. So a little behind on that. Taking a golf trip to northern Idaho in July, flying to Spokane, bunch of bourbon drinkers in the group. How's the bourbon scene in that area? I was told it was awful. Not good. That they were, you couldn't find anything there. Taxes are ludicrous, so you're going to pay for anything you do find. But, dude, I found Weller Antique. I found at like MSRP. I found Stag at like $100 or so. Like we have a video of that. I did pretty well, so it's there. I have not tried the Star Hill Farms. Have not. I do not have any new GT samples. I did have some friends over the other day. We went outside and smoked cigars, and I just took all the samples I had out there. They were really enjoying them. The good times go really well with a cigar. All of them goes really good with a cigar. Nick Charles on their first live stream. Fantastic, Nick. Thanks for joining us. Your opinion on which celebrity has the best alcohol? Well, I saw somebody hit me up the other day. They were talking about, I think it was in the Discord. I forget who this was. They said they were going through a list of celebrity whiskeys and trying to see which bottles they had, and I was on the list. Okay. All right. That's cool. So me, I do. No, I kid. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just some guy that talks on the internet. Let me think. Puncher's Chance. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go grab my Puncher's Chance bottles right now. That is Bruce Buffer, the UFC guy, UFC announcer. That's probably the better one. We had an argument about Sir Davis just because it's interesting and weird, unique. They at least did something unique instead of just like cash grabbing. They at least did something interesting. Outside of that, what's the whiskey Jypsi stuff from Eric Church has been really good. It's just been expensive. I'll grab that one too. I need to go back. It's been a while since I've been back to it. Trying to think what other, I mean, hell, even like Proper 12. It gets hate. I'm not an Irish whiskey guy, but it's pretty good Irish whiskey mixer. Like he at least went all in on what he went in on, right? He got a very good mainstream kind of apple forward mixer. Let me grab those bottles. And y'all let me know if there's any celebrity whiskey that's really good that I'm forgetting about. Got a couple of different whiskey Jypsies here. And then I need to grab a couple of different Puncher's Chance. Now, the thing about celebrity whiskey is it's always, 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 always going to be sourced whiskey. Always. Now, I know you're going to say, okay, Heaven's Door, they distill, they're working on distilling. That's fair. But honestly, if you go through the trouble of building a distillery, I don't think it's celebrity whiskey anymore. Like I think the whole genre of celebrity whiskey is you source some stuff, you put your name on it and you promote it. Or you work with somebody and then you promote it. Like Wild Turkey Long Branch. I don't think that's celebrity whiskey. That's Wild Turkey put out a good product. Not to my flavor profile, I didn't like it, but they put out a quality product. And they had a celebrity endorser. Not exactly celebrity whiskey. But we can debate that all day. Jim Gaskin, Father Time is good. I haven't had it. I haven't had that one. So, couldn't tell you. Silver Belly, I haven't had Silver Belly cask strength, J-Rod. I didn't even know that was a thing. I think some of the, Nancy Fraley is a celebrity. I don't think she would be considered a bourbon celebrity, a celebrity. Like, I'm liquor store famous, yeah, but like not like actual celebrity. The Brothers Bond stuff, I haven't had anything from them that I really liked, but I have heard they have some good stuff. I've heard that. The 10-year roaming man, Dustin's got one. Nice. All right, let's hit this Punchers. This is the first. Is this the first Punchers? No, this is the bottle shop pick I got. This is a cask strength store pick from the bottle shop in Columbus, Georgia. And we are going to give it a try. Okay, this is pretty good. Smells good. Nice, soft, sweet. Dude, that's good whiskey. It's not like, oh my God, blow me away. That's just good whiskey. Traveler, that doesn't count. I mean, it's celebrity whiskey, but it's not. Heaven's Door stuff, I've had some Heaven's Door stuff that's good. That would probably be up here. That probably deserves to be up here, the Heaven's Door stuff. We haven't got to that. We're going to try this Frey here in a minute, this Harvester series. I'm trying to get my palate to warm up to get to that one because that's a supposedly special bottle. And my palate is not in a great place today. So haven't been drinking a lot, and sometimes my palate just quits on me. Need a live stream of your collection? Well, I mean, it's a mess in here right now, but like we just need to do it, I guess. Let's see if I can switch to this camera if y'all want. If it's, well, hold on, I got to pull up the right camera. I'm an idiot. Let me not be an idiot for a minute. All right. Here we go. Right here. Bam. See, now you see the back. Now you see why I can't read. Like, y'all read that. Y'all tell me y'all can read that. All right, it's just like over here is bottles everywhere. I've been doing a little rearranging, making some space. I cleared some space. This is the thing me and Will use in our mix channel, but there's bottles all behind there. And then all of this, right? And then we've started just stacking them up down low in the dark down there. But it goes all the way around. And then, I've been kind of cleaning up some space and moving some bottles. And then these are some things we filmed with and needed to move and, you know, need to do something with, go through. But again, like they're just starting to just stack up down low. All of these bottles here. These are not organized at all. These are just, they just came in and that's where they ended up, right? So there you go. Let's see. Okay, I think I caught up. There's my dishwasher. Oh, Aaron over there. Whew. Elmer T Lee or Hancock Reserve. That's close. It's really close. Really close for me. I've probably had better Hancock Reserves than I've had normal Elmer, though. Is that 100% up? This is all that's open. There's a closet in there. All the stuff that's not open, for the most part, almost all of it is backup bottles of stuff that's open. I've got some bottles in the safe right now that are for the giveaway stream, which we're working on trying to bring back. It's not gonna be June. I hope in July we can do one. I've just been busy and running around. So we've got some in the safe, but they're almost all of the bottles in the safe are bottles that are open in here, except for that OFC. And maybe there's a few now that I've emptied here that I haven't replaced yet, like my Michter's 10 Rye. I probably got one in the safe. But yeah, it's not many. Like the safe has, I don't know, 20 or 30 bottles in it maybe. I'm just guessing. The closet back there has quite a few because it's got a lot of backups of barrel picks and stuff. For the first year, I was getting a case of all the barrel picks in here, and they got gone. Or they didn't get gone, excuse me. A lot of them haven't got gone yet. Big Creek shout out coming to North Georgia again. We're going to do that. We love Big Creek. Love Big Creek. Had some good stuff from them. You trying that new wild turkey, the 8-year? Man, we filmed a whole video on it. So if that's the one you're talking about, if not, is there another one? Hancock and Rock Hill. Yeah, dude, a Rock Hill single barrel. Whew. My goodness. My goodness. Do you own any Augusta? I've had some Augusta. I think there's a bottle of Augusta in here. I think there's a bottle in here. I'm pretty sure. Can I lay my hands on it right now? Probably not. I need a live cam where somebody can just scan and look for it for me, right? And then say, it's right here. I've had some. I think I own a bottle. I think I own one. I think it's one bottle, but I don't know where it's at. I couldn't tell you. Trying to look where it's like most likely to be, because I kind of know what's on this shelf and that shelf, but then over here it gets a little murky, but I know most of it. More than likely it's in that shuffle, like based on when I would have got it, in that shuffle on the bottom shelf, but sorry, I don't know. All right, to me, that tastes like it's got a little George Dickel mixed into it. It's got a Canadian rye. That could be the rye I'm getting. Like a little sweetness, a little chalky sweetness. That's probably what it is, because this doesn't have any Tennessee whiskey. They do mix some Indian single malt into it. It's pretty interesting, though. What's this one? Kind of the same thing. Again, what's interesting about these is this is kind of them doing their own thing, something completely different. But I think these were super expensive bottles, a couple of $100. Their regular release stuff's probably a little more mainstream for folks. Thanks for all you do. Got 2 bottles in the mail today of the 100% wheat Frey Ranch. Nice. Did you get them from Frey? Are they the Funfetti ones? Are they one of their Funfetti releases, or is it their normal stuff? Because there's a difference now. Their normal stuff's good. The Funfettis are unbelievable. Jordan, stop buying bottles. What are you doing? Just quit already, okay? Calm down. Don't quit. Just slow down for a little. Take a week off, all right? Buy some next week. Dry bones, when you get back to open bottles that were open for a while, do the taste change for better or is it worse? I like this batch better. I think this was batch 1, and this was batch 2 of theirs. I like batch 1 better. For bottles that are open for a while, most of the time the flavors kind of mellow a little bit and it's really good. They tend to get a little better. Not always. If you leave them for too long, they can oxidize. But like if you've just had a sip or two, you leave it for 6 months, 8 months, a year, come back to it, it's gonna have mellowed and oxidized and got a little more interesting and sophisticated. Typically what happens. Got any Cuddy Sark? Unfortunately, I don't. I wished I did. I really do. Just for you. I tell you what I do have though. I do have some Seagrams from the 70s. I have some Seagrams. Some Black Bull Scotch from the 70s as well. Buckner's 15, supposedly the buff turkey juice. Everybody's got buff turkey barrels, but I bet it is. I bet it's good. How long have you been collecting? We don't collect. I guess we're collecting a selection, but we have not really been buying in bulk. June of 2022 is when we started like buying whiskey for the channel. So June of 2022, I probably had less than 20 bottles, if I had to guess. Most MGP American light whiskey, yeah, it's got a lot of it in there. So 2022, so almost 3 years now. Actually 3 years now, starting today, we've been buying. But like a lot of these we buy, a lot of people send these to us. Some people give these to us. Like we have, I mean, obviously there's an advantage to obtaining large bulk of whiskey if you get a lot of views. So it's not a comparison. It's not like that, right? I mean, I wished it were easier just to give these to other folks. I wished it was, at least most of them. But we're going to figure that out. I just haven't had time to figure it out because I don't want to get in trouble. And honestly, it takes a lot of work just to give stuff away. Rylan. Enjoying some Oak Bowery. Opened up a bit since I received it. It tends to do that. We did our release of Oak Bowery 1 in our last release. That's our product. Matter of fact, I'll grab it and talk about it a little bit. But we had a review that's gotten quite popular. He's got really good views. It's a cool channel, right? They did a positive review, and I appreciate the positive review. Honestly, I appreciate the negative reviews as long as you're fair with the negativity. That's fair. I don't mind. Like nothing's for everybody. I knew this bottle wasn't for everybody. It's one of the reasons I soft pedaled it a little bit is because when we try to recommend something, I don't want somebody to spend $100 and not like something, right? Especially if it's my thing they didn't like. And so I did undersell this a little bit. Just, in my opinion, I wanted folks who really wanted it to be able to get access to it. I didn't want it to just, hype it up and a bunch of people buy it and then try to get a secondary value or something. I want people to buy them. I want people to open them. I want them to drink them. It's pretty good whiskey. I still don't, my disappointment is not in what it tastes like right now after it's opened up. My disappointment is that I was not able to get this into the market for cheaper. And, my vision for it was a little different than what we were able to actually produce. I still think we did something that was really good. It's a little crafty, a little dusty, little vegetal on it. But that malt, that dark fruit, that soft, dusty oak, I think we did something really, really fun. And we'll never do this again. Now, all the stuff that was good about this, all the tasting notes everybody really liked was the wheat steak distillate, and we got a lot of those barrels. We had to use the really well-crafted Old Dominicks to balance it out because they're really harsh. They've got good flavor. They're just really harsh. So those Old Dominicks did a really good job of kind of giving us a good, steady kind of concentrated base that we could just layer some flavor over the top of. Enjoying some oak, got that one. Love single barrel barrel proof Jack Daniels, I assume. Any other whiskey with banana notes? I don't know any right off the top of my head that come through with banana notes. A lot of whiskey does, though. Every once in a while I'll run into one. I mean, some of the Old Forester stuff has those kind of banana notes. You know, again, but like Brown Foreman. Y'all let me know in the comments anything y'all get with banana notes. I'd like to answer this. Because there's some things I just can't remember what they are right off the top of my head. What's the oldest bottle I have? The oldest bottle I own is probably going to be this one right here. 1960s Rebel Yale Stitzel-Wheated Bourbon. $17.92. I wouldn't call that one's a lot of banana. That one's those. 1924 banana notes. Yeah. Yeah, but that's what he's talking about, the Jack Daniels. He likes the banana notes of Jack Daniels. Like, what else has those? Bumbu is super banana. Bumbu was pretty good. I like that one. So this bottle right here came from the estate sale. I have said on camera the estate sale of the doctor that delivered me and my wife as children. I've since been corrected by my mother. He did not deliver me. He was my childhood doctor, but he did not deliver me as a baby. He did, however, deliver my wife. So went to his estate sale and was able to procure a few bottles, including that one. And this bottle right here was sitting in his liquor cabinet 10 years before me or Jill were born. And just viscous, super thick. Like, I don't know if y'all can see if we can get the zoom in cam here so y'all can really see. Oh my God, the smell. That is just freaking incredible. But like, let's see if y'all can see how that just like sticks on the glass. It's really hard to see on camera, but there's like a ring and you just see it kind of just draining down the glass, super thick. And it smells more like a rum, like sweet, dark, almost molasses notes on it. Hey. And it tastes like, if you would just handed me that in a glass, I'd say that is a fantastic rum, is what I would say. Fantastic rum. Like something's different about it. Like whiskey ages in the bottle. That's all I'm gonna say. It ages in the bottle. It matures, it oxidizes, it evolves. Because there's just no way, like, how did you get that from a bourbon if it tasted like that? Like, I would pay a lot of money if I could just try that exact distillate when they put it in that bottle. And there's no way to go, unless you can fit a time machine, and I don't have that amount of money. Because that is just weird and unique and interesting and different. That's worth the price of admission. And I got that bottle really cheap. Congratulations on your anniversary of bottle buying. Well, what that means is we are 1 month, less than 1 month away from the 3-year anniversary of this YouTube channel, of us starting to post content regularly. I think I had founded the channel a little earlier. We had thrown like one video up, just kind of like, hey, we can upload a video there. Matt's like, get to the freaking Frey. All right, we'll get to the Frey. We will get to the Harvester Series Frey Ranch. Oh, I'm going to knock off a Glen. I've already broke my Glen for the day. Was picking some up and just dropped one. Harvester Series Frey. This, Colby texted me and said he was going to send me a little something. I figured this is what was being sent. I was hoping this was what was being sent. And so I'm excited. And it arrived, pretty sure this one came in this morning. So I've been holding on to it. I got to get the plastic off of it. I should have used it. I forgot I got this. A little gift when I was out at Frey. Little Frey Ranch action there. And I know y'all like that Spyderco, but we got a little, can you see the Oh, it's on this side. You can't see it because it's on that side. Little Frey Ranch action. I think, what is this, a Kershaw? Really like the feel of this. I know it's Chinese made, but really nice knife. All right, cork pop. Oh my goodness. I don't know if there's anything pops like a Frey. We're gonna get a proper pour of this one. We're going all in on this one. Now, let me see if I can find the mash bill information here. Or I know where to find it, at least I think I do. I think it's right there. This is a blend of the best single barrel whiskeys. So 71% is 100% winter rye. 9.3%, 71.2, 9.3% is a soft white winter wheat, 100% wheat. 10.5% is a bourbon corn, a wheated bourbon, 10% corn or 10% wheat, 11.4% oat bourbon. 9% is a 11.4% rye, 12% malted barley, 10% oat. So got their oats and the ryes, oated bourbons in there. Fun. And of course, Nancy Fraley knows what the frick she's doing. Oh, okay. That's subtle. I've been having some like strongly flavored things. We're getting into something a little more subtle here. Dark sugars. A little spicy ryeness coming through. Man, that smells nice. That's really good. It keeps going for days. Like I was waiting for it to finish. I was waiting for those flavors to kind of dissipate to give my thoughts on it. And they still linger. They're still there. Like that might be the longest finish I've had on a whiskey in a long time. Like it just hangs around for freaking ever. I gotta cleanse my palate, the official palate cleanser of Brewzle here. Little Dr. Pepper Zero. Not sponsored. Didn't get enough. Oh, the tractor cork. Yeah, there's a tractor cork. We got to put the tractor cork in there. I'm sure there are reasons. I set the tractor cork over here. There's a we were looking at it earlier. There's a cork with a tractor on it. We got to use the tractor cork. I don't know why they didn't use the tractor cork, but I'm sure. I put too much sideways pressure on my tractor, and now I don't have a tractor cork. That's on me. I did it. I kind of leaned on it a little bit, trying to push it down, and just forgive me on that. I break all the corks. I break all the fancy corks. Every fancy cork I've ever had, I break it. I can't do it. I can't have nice corks. Oh, man. That was totally my fault. Like that's not on them. I put a little sideways pressure on the cork. I did. But now I've got a nice tractor to play with. No group anonymous. I'm not, but I'm a bull in a china shop, man. Completely and totally stone sober. Like I don't. Where is Will? The point is, that's a really good rye. Like a really top tier rye. Soft rye, like it hits you with the rye spice. Just a hint of like a tea note that I get on some rye. And then it just lingers for days. It doesn't evolve a whole lot. It just hangs around forever. Sweetness, caramel up front. Soft, well-rounded rye spice. And it's just that for like an hour and a half. Yeah, Nancy Fraley knows what she's doing. You should do a Frey Ranch pick? Only we had thought of that. Now, we're hoping the next release for our Brewzle Club is our Frey. We went and did a 5-barrel blend with them in January. We are waiting on that to arrive, but we did a pick last January with them. We did pick a rye too. We should have a rye coming. Hopefully those, I don't know if the rye will be in the next drop, but we're hoping that the 5-barrel blend is. It's just a matter of if it arrives. Oh, the color's crazy on it. Like it's dark as could be. 10 out of 10 on the nose. It's a little more subtle. I was expecting it to be punchier in your face. It's not that, man. It is just almost that dark sugar cola, but like with a rye punch to it. Very nice, well-rounded. That's the best thing I've had tonight. Well, it's tied with the Dettling for the most expensive, but, well, I mean, that's okay. Let's disregard this bottle. It's the best thing I've had tonight. And honestly, we could argue whether it's better than that. That's more interesting just because it's so weird and different. So, you know, sometimes weird and different is just better just because it's, you know, harder to come by or replicate. Yeah, and, you know, that Brewzle Club we've got a lot of fun things coming. We've also got some interesting announcements coming around what states we can ship to, but I can't talk about those yet. Let's just say after this next release, there may be some expansion coming. All right, so Arik Allen says, what do you think is the highest proof whiskey you own? How does it taste? I think the highest proof I've got in here right now is this short barrel hazmat. And it tastes freaking delicious, man. Stephen, Tennessee is just iffy, right? I can't say. I just heard that through the grapevine, there might be some changes coming. But Tennessee's doing, son of a, that was that Rebel I just poured into this other glass. I hope there wasn't anything in there. Yep, it's ruined. It's ruined. Oh, well. Wasn't much. We should be shipping to Texas now. We ship to like 40-something states now. This one is 140. I want to say 7, but 147.7 proof. I don't have a lot of light whiskey. There might be a light whiskey in here somewhere that rivals that, but that's definitely the highest bourbon is 147.7 proof. And it smells like jet fuel, really nice, oaky, kind of dusty jet fuel. And it tastes like that. A little nuttiness coming through on it. It drinks less than 147 proof. It still drinks high proof. It's just not, like if you tried that, you would say, okay, that's high proof, but you wouldn't guess 147. Little dusty, oaky, dark sweetness, and then your palate's just kind of burned. So you're not getting a ton of complexity on it. The finish is not real strong on it just because the finish is the burn, right? Super interesting though. 155 proof 10-year bourbon Tim's sipping on? Jesus Christ. How does the other Magnus blend stack up against the cigar blend? I haven't had a ton of Magnus stuff. I haven't had anything from Magnus that I loved outside of some of those cigar blend batches. So that doesn't mean they're not great. I haven't bought a bunch of them because the few I have tried is not, didn't stack up to some of those. Yeah, it smells like jet fuel. I mean, I'm exaggerating on the jet fuel, but the proof comes through on the nose, right? Like it's just super, super high proof. That's not it. Yeah, that's it. So you just get a lot of alcohol. Not literally jet fuel, but the proof, it's 147 proof. Like if you're drinking that and you don't think the proof's going to come through, then you're just in the wrong game. The proof on this Frey right here was Get my light out. It's dark on this side of it. 60.57% alcohol, so 121.14 proof. That's you gotta like the rye, right? I think that's a bourbon friendly rye, but you gotta like that rye spice. But that's a really nice bottle. Like, they did a really good job on it. Dark kerosene up front, Todd says. Yeah, still Austin has some great stuff. I've got to get out there. I'm going to Austin sometime probably August. I need to get out there and do another pick. Fiesta, what did you miss? Everything. We tried everything. Okay, let's go. We'll give you the highlights. This right here, this Fiddler, actually turned out to be pretty good. I didn't think I'd like it. I did. It was good. Woodinville right here. They sent a 8-year rye. Actually really good if you like those kind of heavy chocolate, kind of coffee ground notes that you get on some of the Dettling stuff. This has very intense flavors, but the rye holds up. I kind of dig it. It's not to my flavor profile. I won't go back to it a lot, but if you like Dettling stuff, especially the new high rye Dettling, I think you would really, really like that. Really well crafted. Really, most of this stuff's just us trying a bunch of stuff. This right here is the Harvester series from Frey Ranch. Just tried that bottle, really enjoyed it. Expensive bottle, I know, but it's a good one. Have you had the Frey Ranch straight bourbon? 4-grain mash bill, is that the one you say is? No, so the cream cheese, the Funfetti, it's Funfetti cream cheese frosting is their 100% wheat, but it's not every one of them. It's particular barrels they find. Usually they will release those. I say usually, always thus far. They're distillery only or they're online only. So make sure you're signed up to their newsletter. That's a different thing. The Frey Ranch straight bourbon their bourbon's really, really good. Yes. The cash strengths in particular are really interesting. Nashville Mac, halfway through the year, favorite pours of 2025 thus far. Ooh, okay. This is a good talk. This year, it's early, right? So usually my favorite pours are not found this early in the year. And normally my favorite pours are pours that surprise me, that are different or unique. And so a lot of people will gravitate toward the latest Stag Junior batch. That's almost never going to be my favorite pour. Almost never. Just because it's subtly different or better than the last Stag Junior pour, right? So usually that's not going to be something I gravitate toward as my favorite. I may drink it. It may, we may enjoy it. I may love it, but I'm not usually like, hey, this is the best thing. I'm looking for something different than anything else I've had. So keep that in mind when we talk about this a little bit. There's only one bottle right now I can think of that's really standing out for particularly craft whiskey of the year. Now the main bottles that the mainstream Kentucky distillate, I don't have anything yet. I really think most of those I tend to get late in the year. Well, it's got to be Jack 14. It's got to be that. Like that's by far whiskey of the year for me. Like mainstream, I say mainstream. I know it's Tennessee. Don't be that guy. But like mainstream distillery whiskey right there. That's probably number one with a bullet right now. For small producer, now this is sourced whiskey, and I have no idea where they source it, but that 7.3 Whiskey Tree is like mind-blowing how weird and interesting and unique and good that particular bottle is. Outside of that, like the Penelope Estates were really interesting. I haven't had anything like finished whiskey that has just blown me away yet. Maybe the Maple 13th Colony would probably be kind of like of like finished whiskey, but that's finished on oak, but still pretty good. I'm trying to think what else is this year, like stuff I've got this year that has just blown me away. I mean, I got the Parker's Heritage 14-year malt whiskey. I did get that just like the other day, but that's not from this year, so I don't want to count that. I mean, I think that's where I'm at. Like, I don't have a lot of content. The Dettling rye, is probably the leading rye, although that Woodinville might contend. I probably need to think about the rye. This is a high rye bourbon here. What ryes? What's the best rye I've had this year? Those two are good. I feel like there's something that I'm missing that is blown my mind that I'm just not thinking about. Rye-wise. I feel like there's something I'm not thinking about. I don't know what it is, though. Don't know what it is. So, there you go. That's where I'm at. The Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Toasted. That's a good call out. That one's right there. That one's right there. I haven't had the Star Hill Farms yet. I'm going to go back on the comments here. The Bullet 12's good, but that was last year. Like, that was last year good, right? When are you hunting Dallas-Fort Worth? Ooh. So we are, okay, I've done a thing. Let me finish this, and we'll talk about that thing, because that thing applies to Dallas-Fort Worth. And it actually applies to a lot of y'all. We are going to do one of the dumbest things I've ever done. So we're going to talk about that. How's Green River? Green River's fantastic. I haven't had any Father's Day picks like we had last year's, but not this year's, right? Family Estate 4-year rye. The 4-year rye, 116 proof for $80 is a good rye. It is a good rye. I love Michter's 10-year bourbon. I have not had the 2025 Kathleen, but it's great every year. All right, I think I caught up with most of the Michter's rye is fantastic, but it's just every year. Like, it's just, I don't put that out again because it's just another great one every year. I'm really more trying to celebrate new stuff I discovered, not a new version of something. Like, we'll probably do some awards, some bigger, like more organized thing at some point when we get more people to do that. And that'll celebrate things that are just good every year, right? Like the Michter's, to me, the Michter's 10-year rye would just win every year. If it were just me judging, like nothing beats Michter's 10-year rye. You just cannot beat that rye. Like literally, this is a good high rye bourbon. It tastes like a rye, honestly, but it wouldn't come close to beating that. So, like I could smell the Michter's 10-year rye and tell you that's Michter's 10-year rye. Like that's how in tune with my palate it is. So, Gomez asks, what's your thoughts on stuff like I skipped one. I'll go back to Riff here in just a second. What's your thoughts on stuff like Old Carter or Rare Perfection? Any good alternatives? Old Carter's good. Like it's good. It's just super expensive whiskey. It is good. Those are not the type of bottles I'm seeking out. Like what they're going for, and I haven't had a lot of Rare Perfections. I can speak a little more to Old Carter than Rare Perfection, but they blend really good whiskey. They're really great blenders. Early on, they got access to some really nice barrels of whiskey, and they were able to do a really good job blending those. It's mainstream Kentucky. It's just good mainstream Kentucky, which means there's no real super crazy defining characteristic. There's not something super interesting or unique about it. Like the first bottle of Old Carter I ever owned is still sitting over there with half its whiskey left in it. Is it fantastic? Yeah, I'm going to go back to it right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it off the shelf. We are going to drink it right now. But it's not something I ever think about going back to. And at that like $300 price point, which is where I see those, it's just not what I'm looking for, right? We've got 3 bottles. I think this, see what we've got here. We buy these, so you don't have to, right here. So you don't have to. All right, so this one's a green label. I assume that's a rye. That is a rye. We'll just move that on out the way right there. I think this is the first one I ever got. This is the New York, New Jersey Old Carter right here from several years ago. I think this may have a date on it, or a year. 1 New York, New Jersey. 116 proof. This is at least 2 years ago, at least maybe 3 years ago. First one I ever got. Now, a friend of mine brought over one of his releases from a different state, and his was a little better than mine. But, dude, that's just really good whiskey. Soft, sweet, little hints of baking spice in there. It's just delicious. Just like there's nothing to hate about it. There's also nothing to make me think, oh my God, this is a tasting note other people need to try, and then I go grab this off the shelf. It's really good. It's just not, for $300. I want it to be weird or special or unique or different. I want to be able to describe it to you, and you say, oh, okay, that's something I want to try. And I just don't get that with these bottles. I think they're fantastic. I think they did a really good job of blending those. I think Old Carter makes fantastic whiskey. If you just want really good mainstream Kentucky distillate, then this is what you want, right? If you're a Buffalo Trace guy and you just want that kind of quintessential Kentucky bourbon, this is what you want. Oh, see, that one's a little viscous, a little more oily. This is 3 KY release right here. Fantastic whiskey. Just not unique or defining in any way, if that makes sense, right? Really good. I just want something weird or unique. That's where I'm at. And so that's kind of where I lean craft, small producers. I get weird stuff, right? Let's see. Thoughts of Penelope Marshmallow Toasted. I tried somebody else's. I didn't like it. Just not a fan. Like, toast is a weird thing for me. And I just haven't liked the Penelope Toasted. I'm sure it's fine. Like, just me and toast. If you like toast, try it. Me and toast, we struggle a little. So there's a very small subset of toasted barrels that I like. What's your thoughts? Oh, I skipped the Penelope, and then I come back to it. Gotcha. Peerless Toast is fantastic. I don't think I have one of those, so couldn't tell you. All right, what did I say? Was there something else I was going to get? Oh, we were talking about these, like Jack 14 is like whiskey of the year. Whiskey tree right here. I want to go back to that whiskey tree. I'm running out of Glens. I don't want to dirty them all up, so we're going to just reuse a little bit here. I do like the Penelope Wheated. It's young. It needs more age, but for the price, it was really good. Did you finish your Pappy Van Winkle? I didn't. We had a bunch of people over. We had a lot of the distillers and a few of the team members over for a few friends over for the festival, the night before the festival, and the festival last year. We were going to talk about the crazy thing I'm doing. That's what I wanted to talk about. But we had some folks over, and they drank some of the BTACs I had back there, and they got gone. I do have a Van Winkle 15 in the safe, but we put it in the game show we're doing, and so I may take it out and open it. But Riff says, I have a bottle and it's a little hard to drink. Penelope Marshmallow Toasted. Yeah, it's a little harsh. Like, a lot of toast comes across harsh to my palate. Dude, this one is fantastic. It's a little bubble gum underneath. The rice spice comes through. I'm getting a little weird, like almost a mango note on it now, which I picked up as bubble gum before, but like just kind of some weird tropical fruit on it. And it's that. Like, it's a sweet bubble gum, little tropical fruit, high rye bourbon. I think this just won a bunch of awards. I think it won something at the Ascots or something. I think they're excited because they've won a bunch of awards. I'm excited because that's just good whiskey. If it was going to start with a wheater, which would you? I mean, Weller Antique, best wheater on the market. There is Weller wheat, and there is everything else. And so there's not a bottle. I have not had a single bottle of wheated bourbon that is on the same tier as Weller. There's not one. It's not like, is it better than Weller? There's a lot of them come out and say, it's a Weller killer. They're not on the same tier. I would say, to me, my second favorite wheater, because I'm not a huge fan of wheated funkiness. And so my second favorite's probably been Holiday Soft Red Wheat. I like that one a lot. And then after that, everybody else is competing for top of that tier. And there's some good ones. Like, there's some good, but they all have a little bit of funky wheat. All right, we're going to catch up on Matthias' super chat, and then we're going to talk about my dumb things I'm doing. Here in Brazil, the best bourbon I can get for a fair price is Eagle Rare 10, but want to try some cask strength. Would like I'm assuming, try rare breed. So in Brazil, I don't know, like, if you ever fly international, a duty-free shop, like, even if you fly to just another country around you, duty-free shop, you could probably find some turkey products. And so you might find a rare breed. I hate that you can't get, I'm wondering if there's some stores that might ship international. We've talked about opening up some international shipping, but like country to country is so difficult, and every country's different. So I'm just not sure about Brazil. Eagle Rare 10's good. You definitely want to take that proof point up a little bit. So I think you would like the rare breed for sure. I don't know anybody who would ship to Brazil, though. I don't know what the rules are, ship it to Brazil. Yeah. All right, so dumb thing that I'm doing. Let me see if I can find a picture, and I'll see if I can send the picture over there to show y'all what we have bought here. Now, okay, there it is right there. I think I just found the photo. All right, yep. So let me see if I can Google Drive this maybe over to Google Drive. So we have decided to do a pretty big giveaway here. We have hooked up with old Dominick. We are going to give away a car. Now, I told old Dominick I was going to road trip this car and I was going to give it away. And they told me, here's your budget. We want it to be red. We want it to be a classic. And we want it to be a convertible. That's their only that's their only requirements. Red convertible classic. But for the budget they gave me, I could find a lot of red convertible classics that I would drive and we would road trip. We're going to road trip for about a week and a half. And so the problem is I went and looked at a bunch of them, and I could easily find ones that I would drive. What I couldn't find are ones that I would actually give away, that I would feel good giving away, right? And so I think I'm going to have to convert this file. So I might not be able to show y'all the car. You'll see it. You'll see it in an upcoming video. I'll tell you about it. I couldn't find one that I would give away. So I was up in Kentucky hanging out with a friend. Y'all have seen him in some of the videos, but I was hanging out with a friend, and he said, would you consider a cop car? And I was like, not really. It's not what we want. We don't want a cop car. And he's like, it's got 700 miles on it. I said, okay, let's go look at it. So when I looked at it, it's a 2011 Dodge Charger 5.7 Hemi car. It's not a cop car in that it's not a cop spec. It is I think it's an SXT 5.7 Hemi Dodge Charger with 700 original miles on it. And it's full cop spec though. It's got the police bar, it's got the like light bar on top, it's got the spotlight, it's got the PA system, lights in the grill, like it is fully decked out with all cop spec. It was the demo car for the company that made the light bars. So it's got like blue underglow and all sorts of dumb things on it. And so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll take it. So I didn't buy a classic, I didn't buy it red, and I did not buy a convertible. I bought a brand new 2011 Dodge Charger 5.7 Hemi with 700 original miles on it. Now, we are, you don't think anyone feel good giving away a 2011 Dodge Charger? What do you mean by that? It's 5.7 Hemi Dodge Charger with all the police stuff. It's not a cop spec car, but it does not have a tick. We are wrapping it red and white. We are going to road trip it. Now, I'm going through Memphis. They're going to load the trunk up with whiskey. We're wrapping it with old Dominick logos. We will probably, almost guaranteed, remove the wrap before we give it to you. Okay? Because old Dominick didn't write in their contract that I couldn't give it away with the wrap, but like, I don't want y'all out doing dumb stuff with old Dominick logos on. So we are going to load the trunk with whiskey and merch. And if on this road trip, we're going to start in probably Amarillo, Texas. It'll be announced very, very soon. It'll be announced probably next week. We're going to start this month in Amarillo, Texas. We're going to go to Dallas. We're probably going to head to Arkansas. We're going to head to, probably, I think it was Amarillo, Dallas, maybe a couple of stops in Arkansas. We're going to head down to Oxford, Mississippi, over to Atlanta. And then after that, we are then going to hold the car and give it away at our festival. So our festival will be a few months away. September 20th is our festival. You do not have to attend the festival to win it. To win it, if you are in the patron, then, if you're a supporter, then you've already got a bunch of entries to win this car. If you've ever bought anything in one of our whiskey drops for the Brewzle Club, then you've got a bunch of entries to win this car. If you've ever bought any merch from the website, you've got a bunch of entries to win the car. But also, any merch purchased is going to give you opportunities. The free chance to win is just to make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter, The Selection. So that's what we're doing. We're doing a dumb thing. I just had tires put on the car today. So the tires were original to the car. They were 14 years old. So I put tires on it today. I'm taking it tomorrow to get a tag on it. I got insurance today. We're getting a tag on it tomorrow. I'm taking it to the Atlanta area. We're going to get the vinyl wrap done over there. And then in a couple of weeks, we're going to be road tripping this thing out west. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter if you want to be notified. Honestly, on the channel, if you watch the videos, you'll be notified. So it's a big dumb thing. I got them to, I went way over their budget. Luckily for me, they agreed to double their budget, but I have spent 3 times their budget on this car. So we went dumb with it. I found something cool and I went all in on it. So it does not have spinners. It does have the original wheels. So now the festival here is in Opelika. Like I say, you don't have to attend to win. You don't have to attend to win. If you're a supporter, if you're in the patron, if you've bought merch, all of those things, we'll have some special merch for this that'll get you some entries as well. What do you think about Rusty Wallace purchasing Jack Daniels? What are you talking about, Sean? What are you talking about? Eric, do you know if Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Toasted will be regular release? What's the age on your bottle? So the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel Proof are barrel picks. So yes, I don't think it's a regular release. I think all of them are private barrels. And this one right here that I've got from the Alabama ABC is $125.4 proof, but it does not say the age. Doesn't say the age on it. So, sorry, don't know the age on it. So, anyway, back to dumb things. We'll be announcing the formalities of all of this here pretty soon. Like I said, tomorrow it goes to get wrapped. I had to pay a little extra to get it wrapped in a hurry because, we're not planning ahead here, are we? We're just doing dumb things. So, if y'all think it's done, should have went with a Hellcat. So, Nick Foles, first of all, you did a great job leading the Eagles to a Super Bowl quite a few years ago. They got back, so hopefully you're happy about that. But I would love to have went with a Hellcat, but they're like, I'm already way over budget. I'm already way into this car I'm giving away. So, sorry, I couldn't afford it. Like, that's really what it boils down to. I could not afford it. Thank you, Jace. I've just got a text from the old Dominick folks. Apparently they're watching and they're enjoying me talking about how I listened to none of their recommendations because I just found something that was cool. I spent like 5 hours going to look at an El Camino that I really wanted. And I'm just like, this is good. I would drive it, it'd be fun. Like let's find something that's punishing to drive is fun for me. It's not fun to give away. So I'm hoping it goes really well. I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all watch the videos. I hope the videos go really well because I really want to take the budget up to where we can get something, a classic that's like really, really well made that we could give away next time we do something like this. We'll see. Got my blend 1 bottle today. Had my first pour tonight. Great contrasting spice and sweetness. Can't wait for your next release. Nice. Thank you. You got to go to EC Private Barrels to get an age statement. There you go. I didn't know. Would have been satisfied with Maggie, but at this point, I can't give away Maggie. I probably will at some point in the future because I'm thinking about like Maggie needs a little work though. Honestly, I'm not sure Maggie's good enough for me to give away. I'd have to do all the work she needs before I could even give her away. The 5.7 does pretty good. Does it have a catch can? I don't know. It may just blow all the oil out. It'll be all right. Is the Penelope Architect Creme Brulee that much different than plain? I don't know. I don't buy those. I'm not a big Architect fan. The thing could do burnouts. Now, here's the thing. We got the 5.7 is fine. It's a fine car. It's cool. Like, dude, we got the freaking PA. Like, we pull out the mic and we could yell at people. It's got lights and stuff on it. I was told, I called a cop friend of mine and I said, hey man, I sent you a picture of a car. We just bought this car. We're going to road trip this car. It's got 700 miles on it, but we're going to put a few thousand miles on it. And what are the chances we just get pulled over for no reason? And he looked at it and he came back to him and he says, I don't think you're going to get pulled over for no reason. Like, I think you're going to get pulled over for a reason. But just never run the lights. Under any circumstance, do you run the lights? And I was like, oh, dude, I'm not that dumb. I'm not going to run the lights. And then the guy I bought it from texted me literally the next day. And he said, hey, man, just a little word of advice. You need to run with the sun visor down because all the controls for the lights are on the sun visor. And every once in a while, if you hit a really big bump, it turns all the lights on. I was like, I'm going to jail. Y'all going to see a mugshot. We're going to post our mugshot. We're going to have mugshot merch. It's going to happen. So I can't bring the car to Ohio. I'm flying to Ohio. I can't, it's there to get wrapped while I do that. So I just hope, honestly, I'm regretting the cop car a little bit because I am afraid we're just going to get in so much trouble with it. I have been told private property, you can do what you want with the lights, but I am nervous. I'm going to get arrested. A little bit nervous. A little bit nervous. Seven Devils. I haven't tried that. No. I do need to go to Iron Root. We've had some conversations with Iron Root. I just haven't made it over there yet. So the problem is this road trip, I just don't know for sure if I'm going to have time for sure. So Bourbon Patrol, we thought about that. So Bourbon Pursuit, I don't think that's being used, right? Bourbon Pursuit's not being used. We should just put that on the car. So we're calling it Rooster Patrol. Old Dominick's mascot is a rooster. We are going to load the trunk up with whiskey and merch. And if you're in Amarillo, Texas, and we're going to let you know what days we're going to be where, right? We're going to have a few tasting things, but we're going to be out bourbon hunting. If you show me a picture of a rooster, if you're in Amarillo, if you're in Dallas those days, Oxford, in Arkansas where we're going to be, if you're in Georgia, you show me a picture of a rooster, you put it on your phone, you ain't got to like print it out. I'm going to give you a bottle of whiskey or merch until it's gone. We're just going to empty the trunk. So whatever, we had, I'm assuming it'll run out fairly quick, but like on the way back, I might swing by Old Dom and see if we can't Reload the trunk. Free Brewzle shirts. That'd be funny. Lone Elm and Unbent. Nice. TX Distillery. I've had some stuff from TX. It's been a while, though. Old Don, can you send your boy a bottle of 90 proof? Where you at, Riff? You don't want the 90 proof, man. Get the Cask strength. When will you be in Dallas? We don't have an exact, we do have an exact date. We have not announced it yet, but it is coming this month. It is later this month. Rooster Patrol, dirty jokes about, yeah, I know. I was going to do a joke about, you know, show us your, another term for a rooster. We'll keep this family friendly on this channel. I was going to work a joke there. I thought it'd be hilarious to have the car, have that put on the car somewhere and then have to remove it. My wife did not think it was funny, so I just skipped it. Riff is in Myrtle Beach. Dude, I bet they're distributed over in Myrtle Beach. Getting any more tequila? We don't have any tequila. I mean, we haven't got anything new in. We haven't really done any tequila barrel picks or anything. We do not have any more OB. So there's a few OB1s. When we do a release, we hold a few back, and those go into the next release, right? So they'll be in the open season, but it's just a handful of them. They'll go really quick. But we have sold out. And again, I didn't want to oversell it. I wanted to be completely honest, and I've been completely honest about it. I did not want to oversell them. I didn't want anybody to buy it that might not like it. Of course, we've had some other folks do reviews that said positive things, and that prompted a lot of people to buy it. I wasn't going to do that. I'm always going to be honest with you. Rooster Pits embroidered on it. All right, guys, I had a good time. This was a good stream. Hopefully y'all had a blast. I'm going to jump over to Discord, hang out in the supporter-only Discord. If you are a supporter here on YouTube, make sure you link your Discord if you happen to be there. There should be instructions over there to do that. If you're a patron member, make sure you've linked that. And so I'm going to jump over there. Everybody can talk. I'm probably going to go for another hour or so over there. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We'll be live, should be live next Monday. I got to fly Wednesday to Ohio. We're going to be up there for the Brewzle Barbecue Festival. I forget the exact name of it, but up in Canton, Ohio. I think tickets are sold out for that event, but we are going to have a blast this weekend there. Probably do a little hunting in Ohio. I think we're going to pick a barrel of Watershed while we're up there as well. And then I'll be back here, though, Sunday, so I should be live Monday. Might be the last live of the month. We might get one more in. We might get one more in. I got to check the schedule, but it is going to be a very, very busy summer, unfortunately or fortunately. Lots going on, lots of places to go. We have just this month. I'm gone next week to Ohio, and then I'm back for a couple of days. I got a wedding I cannot get out of, despite me not liking going to weddings. And then I'm back, and then we've got the Rooster Run, where we're going to go do the stuff we talked about. And then we're going to be up for the event in North Carolina with the folks at Statesville Contract Distilling. We're also going to be blending our next Oak Bowery release. So busy month. I appreciate all of y'all's support. Again, jump over to Discord if you happen to have access, and we'll see y'all over there here in just a minute.